Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk about something that I have recently learned, you could say. Um, Sometimes when we look at, um, like we may look at our situation, like a specific situation, and we single that out and we feel like, you know what, I don't really like how this is going, and you tend to maybe generalize it and say, today is a bad day because, of this particular thing that happened, right? But what I've learned is that there are challenging times, there's challenging seasons or challenging times that we encounter in life, and that is all part of life. It has a role to play in our lives. And then there are times where it's like, wow, this is great and this is wonderful, you just like this time and everything. But each time, right, the challenging times and the times that we enjoy, they're all necessary and all part of our story or a picture, if you want to say. Because for me, for instance, when I step back and I look at the full picture of my life, it's beautiful. It's really wonderful. That doesn't say that it means that everything always went well, or that I never had a challenging time in my life, right? I had a lot of it. But when I look at the overall picture, those challenging times brought out something good, so it helped me to develop in an area. For example, let's say um, something comes against you, and you tend to want to worry about it, and then to think, why this always happening to me, or why this is happening. You can decide, okay, you know what, I'm gonna choose to develop through this and not allow it to bring me down. Like, okay, you know what, there's nothing that I can do of it, but all I can do is put it in God's hand and leave it there. And you can decide, oh, you know what, I'm not going to worry anymore. I'm going to choose to develop through this. Give it to God. Like, for example, the day might not be going well. You feel like, oh my, I don't like how this thing going. You had a rough day, a busy day. You know what, take it and turn it around. The end of it, you can do something that you enjoy doing. You can either get something, treat yourself to something nice to eat, or you can probably look at a nice movie, something to cheer you up. Look at listen to something motivational, something that is um opposite to the situation that you're having, to change your mindset or change your atmospheres. Like, for example, you have the power and the control to decide, okay, you know what, these things happen. I didn't have control over these things, but I do have control over how I deal with these things, or how I respond to these things. So my encouragement is that you should say, try to you know f- find the good in it, and to look at the full picture, not just the one specific situation that is challenging, because they're gonna come, and they have to come. They're all part of your story, part of your picture. Like, I usually use the example of when a building is being built. When you look at the construction that's being done, sometimes they have to tear down an old building in order to put up a new one. And when you look around, it's like there's old cement, there's paper, there's concrete, there's a whole lot of things around the place, like construction garbage, like there's everywhere, and it looks like a mess. And that's the way how it looks when we look at it bit by when you look at our lives bit by bit. You feel like, sometimes this is because sometimes you feel like, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me, or something keeps happening, and you feel like, this person, because if they getting it right but you getting it right, what's wrong with you? And you feel like everything is a total mess. But then, you work through that time, and then you look back and you say, wow, I can't believe I was there, look at me now, right? And it's kind of like that. It's like during the construction process, things look messy and look bad and everything, but after you finish and you clean up and everything, it's like that new building, that new it's beautiful. I'm sure you've seen a construction site, and then after they finish, you see how beautiful they look when they put up if it's a water fountain or some gardens or whatever they do. But when they're done, it looks really great, and that's it with our lives. Each and every moment is not going to go smooth, and it's not going to be perfect, but it all has a purpose, and it's all necessary. And you can have control and decide, you know what, I'm going to choose not to let this bother me, choose not to let this get me down. You can make that choice. Okay, so I'm encouraging you to make positive choices, and choices that are going to help you and help others around you. Because if you notice, if you carry yourself well, um have a positive attitude, it kind of rubs off on others. And if you have, even if you have a negative attitude, that also can rub off on others. Do you want to be leaving negativity with others, or positive things? You know, when they remember you, they must remember things good, not like, oh, Joanna, oh yes, her, you know. It must be, oh yes, Joanna, I remember her, she always used to, you know, she was so encouraging, she was, that's the legacy you want to leave, right? So that all that involves the choices that you make. You can decide when you get up in the morning, you know what, everything is not perfect, but I'm gonna choose to have a wonderful day. I'm gonna try to do everything that I can do in my power to make my day great. You know, challenges are gonna come, I'm gonna choose to learn from them and develop from them, and not allow them to make me feel like, you know, I can't do anything right, or I'm this bad person, or whatever. You know what, don't entertain those thoughts. You know, you make mistakes, you learn from them. Not saying that you dismiss stuff and you just keep making the same mistakes. You learn from them and you move on. You don't linger around there thinking, no, and having a pity party. Do not be the special guest to a pity party. You know, don't even go to a pity party. You know, like, choose to develop and move forward, you know, to be stronger because of the situation. There's a saying that I say, don't allow your mistakes or things to bring you down. Use them as a stepping stone to take you higher. Okay, last time this is what I did and this is what happened. You know what, this time I'm going to choose not to do that and choose to do this. Learn from it, move forward, move on, you know. So anyway, I think I went around and around, but I think I put the message out there, and I hope it was an encouragement to you, because these things do happen. We do have moments in life when we feel down, or when there's challenges, and then we have those that are, you know, up and happy moments. But despite the happy or the challenging moments, they're all necessary, and they're all going to come together to create a beautiful big picture. And I'm sure all of you can look back and see, you know, this is what I went through, but, you know, this is who I am today because of that. Or, you know, I've grown from this, I've learned this from the situation, and it's made me a better me. So just decide, make a choice to be better, to enjoy every moment of life. You know, these moments don't come back, you know. And yes, it might be a challenging moment, but I'm sure there's something in it that you know, you can take and you can cherish from it, you know. You can learn or something, you know. So make positive choices, good choices, choices that are going to make you a better you. Okay? Anyway, see you next time in my next video. Bye.